thanks for joining me. My name is Chloe and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing, as I said I think in my previous video, Sci-Fi September, very exciting, Sci-Fi September book options. So for the readathon, which is happening the whole month of September, I'm going to be taking part in Sci-Fi September and I'm so excited to get to all of these books, really. I can't wait. If I could read like half of these books, that would be great, because that would just be brilliant. But the likelihood is there's quite a few. I think there's 10. My average tends to be between 5 and 9 books in a month, so I didn't really want to go too much close to 5. I want close to 9. I want to give myself a little bit more room. So there's one book that is going to fit quite a few of the prompts, and it's quite a long book, so hopefully I'll be able to get through that one. If you don't know what Sci-Fi September is, I will link the videos that I've watched about it in the description. So yeah, these are all the books in my current collection that fit all the different prompts. So the first prompt is unpopular or unheard of, and I just realised that this has won an Arthur C. Clarke Award, so you can't really say that it's like technically unheard of, but I've only heard one person talking about this book, and it's a person that I know in person, so hopefully that fits. And that is The Old Drift by Namwali Serpal. And I will just read to you the blurb. How gorgeous is this cover too? Oh, I love it. On the banks of the Zambezi River, a few miles from the majestic Victoria Falls, there was once a colonial settlement called the Old Drift. In 1904, in a smoky room at the hotel across the river, an old drifter named Percy M. Clark, foggy with fever, makes a mistake that entangles his fate with those of an Italian hotelier and an African busboy. So begins a cycle of unwitting retribution between 3 Zambian families as they collide and converge over the course of a century into the present and beyond. My friend read it, and when we went book shopping together, she was like, you gotta read it, so I bought it. It's 566 pages, so it is quite a long one, but it hits quite a few prompts, you'll see. So it hits 5 prompts, so I get quite a lot of prompts hit by just the one book. So even though it is really long, it's 560 pages. Yeah, anyway, so very exciting. And for this I've gone for The Female Man by Joanna Russ. If you've read this book, please let me know, because I'm a little skeptical about it. It sounds like it could potentially be really, really good, but I don't know if it's just baiting me. So if you've read it, let me know. I shall just read you the blurb. Joanna's world is recognisable. It's very much like ours, so is Janine's, except that in hers, the Second World War never happened, the Great Depression is still going on, and inequality is even more rampant. But Janet's world is rather different. On the planet While Away, there is no problem of relations between the sexes, because there is only one. Janet is unfettered. She is free to lead her life as she wants, as an able and competent being, as a female man. Oh, it does say it's feminist. Okay, that should be alright then, I hope. So yeah, this fits the classic prompt. It also fits the queer prompt, as I believe Joanna Russ is a well-known lesbian. So yeah, I know absolutely nothing about it, but I'm in the Sci-Fi September Discord, and someone said she's quite well-known, and I was like, okay, cool, I feel a bit better. I feel a bit better about that now. The third prompt is non-space, and that is The Old Drift as well, so that also applies for that prompt. Do I have another option for non-space? Oh, I guess Clara and the Sun would count. I think Clara and the Sun would probably count as being non-space. Time travel. I've got 2 options here. One is the Broken Stars anthology, which is beautiful. Look how pretty. Oh, I just think it's gorgeous. I just think it's a beautiful book. And one of the stories in here is a sci-fi short story. And that should also count for the short story prompt, but I also have another option for that as well. This is 16 stories from the new frontiers of Chinese science fiction, Broken Stars, edited and translated by Ken Liu. And I read a proper novel from one of the authors in here. Interested to read his other work and also read from all the other authors in this book. So, yes, very exciting. The time travel short story is by Zhang Ren, and it's The Snow of Jinyang. I probably did not pronounce that very well, but that is the one that's in here that I'm going to read. And I've got two options for that. One I've currently got online from the library, and that is Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho. I've not read any Zen Cho before, and very excited to finally do that. That's an option, but I don't think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to read Who Fears Death by Nthabi Okorafor. Look how gorgeous this book is. Oh, I just love it. Oh, it's so pretty. So I read Nthabi Okorafor's Binti. I read the first installment of Binti and really, really enjoyed it, and just, it was great. I loved it. For a novella, I was really impressed. And just generally, I was very impressed with it. And then Nthabi from Nthabi and her books, read Who Fears Death, and basically I will buy whatever Nthabi recommends. So, because what's a girl to do? Like, what is a book fan supposed to do in that situation? I ask you, my thesis. The plot for Who Fears Death is as follows. A woman wanders the African desert after surviving rape by an enemy general and the annihilation of her village. She hopes to die. Instead, she gives birth to an angry baby girl with hair and skin the colour of sand and names her Anya Sunwoo, meaning Who Fears Death. Anya is fated for a life of violence, to be an outcast, but she is unusual in ways that go deeper than the tint of her skin. From childhood, she has possessed a remarkable and unique magic. As Anya grows, so do her powers, and with them, she comes to know that someone wishes her dead. One of the other reasons why I wanted to pick this up this month was because the woman that narrates Do You Dream of Terror 2, who did a brilliant job narrating that book, and I really loved it, also narrates the audiobook for Who Fears Death. So, I'm very excited, and I'm definitely going to be listening to the audiobook of it as well. So, the next prompt is Global South, and I'm using the old Drift for that one. And then the next one after that is Robot/AI Presence. The Ones We're Meant to Find, which I'm so excited about, by Joan He. I read Descendant of the Crane and really, really loved it recently. I think this is YA, which I'm a little bit skeptical about, but to Joan He, I have faith. I read the first book that I read by her. I loved so much that I have faith in Joan. So, the plot. Two sisters, an unputdownable story. 3 years ago, C woke on the shore of an abandoned island with no idea how she got there. She lives in a shack with an aging android and a single memory. She has a sister. Now she has to escape and find her. From the safety of the eco-city floating above Earth, now decimated by natural disasters, I should not be a narrator. 16-year-old Casey mourns her sister. She's convinced that C is dead. She too wants to escape. The eco-city is meant to be a sanctuary for people who want to save the planet, but its inhabitants are willing to do anything for refuge, even lie. Is Casey ready to use technology to help Earth, even though it failed her sister? C and Casey think that what they know about each other and the world is true. Both are wrong. So yeah, I'm very intrigued. And it's pretty. We like a pretty book in this household. Contemporary with Sci-Fi Elements is also The Old Drift again, and I think, actually, Clara and the Sun could also fit that prompt. I think. Alien Presence is the next prompt, and for that I am going to choose a Becky Chambers. Because I haven't read this one yet. It is Record of Spaceborne Few, which is the third book in the series. The Wayfarer series. I'm so excited. It's a huge edition, like, it is gigantic. I think I got the large print when I ordered it, but yeah, I'm very excited to read it because I love the other two books. So, the blurb is as follows. From the ground we stand, from our ships we live, by the stars we hope. Oh, so cool. Centuries after the last humans left Earth, the Exodus fleet is a living relic, a place many are from, but few outsiders have seen. Humanity has finally been accepted into the galactic community, but while this has opened doors for many, those who have not yet left for alien cities, alien, prompt, fear that their carefully cultivated way of life is under threat. Tessa chose to stay home when her brother Ashby left for the stars, but has to question that decision when her position in the fleet is threatened. Kip, a reluctant young apprentice, itches for change, but doesn't know where to find it. Sawyer, a lost and lonely newcomer, is just looking for a place to belong. And when disaster rocks this already fragile community, those Exodans, who still call the fleet their home, can no longer avoid the inescapable question, what is the purpose of a ship that has reached its destination? Very intrigued. Very intrigued. The one that I've gone for the queer prompt is the female man, as I said. Non-human main character. I've gone with Clara and the Sun, which I am now going to read the blurb for you. The sun always has ways to reach us. From her place in the store, Clara, an artificial friend with outstanding observational qualities, watches carefully the behaviour of those who come in to browse, and of those who pass in the street outside. She remains hopeful a customer will soon choose her, but when the possibility emerges that her circumstances may change forever, Clara is warned not to invest too much in the promises of humans. In Clara and the Sun, Kazuo Ishiguro looks at our rapidly changing modern world through the eyes of an unforgettable narrator who explores a fundamental question: what does it mean to love? This will be my third Kazuo. This will be my first Kazuo Ishiguro book, despite the fact I have now got 3 books written by him. So, excited to get around to this one. And it's pretty! So pretty! Then the short story category, basically any of the short stories in the Broken Stars anthology would apply, but I've also got another option, which I've technically started, but I'm not going to keep reading until September, so yeah. I don't know if this counts, because it is part of a series, and not like an actual short story, but it is really short. It's that thin, so, you know, it's very short. And that is Saga Volume 1. My friend gave this to me, and I've had it for about a year, and I've not read it yet, so I really want to read it, and it looks great. I mean, look at that. Look how pretty. Yeah, so I hope you could see that. I hope it was in focus. for the water prompt, I could really use the ones we're meant to find, or I could use Who Fears Death, because it looks like a woman wanders the African desert, so I could technically use that for the prompt. Are there any others? Water. The Old Drift could be a water prompt because it's set on the banks of the Zambezi River. Options. Many options. Popular / hyped prompt, I'm going to be using Record of Spaceborne Few because Becky Chambers is quite well known and quite popular. So I'm going to go with that one. For the steampunk option, I struggled a little bit with the steampunk option because I don't have anything that is steampunk except one book that I got from a charity shop, and I've heard it's not great, and also it's just another, it's like another full-length book, so I was a bit like, not sure I really wanted to read it, but technically it counts. And it's quite pretty, actually. Yeah. The Watchmaker of Filigree, this is The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. The blurb says, he lived his life like clockwork until he met the watchmaker. In 1883, Thaniel Stephenson returns to his tiny flat and finds a gold pocket watch on his pillow. It's got a map! I did not see that before. When the watch saves Thaniel's life from a blast that destroys Scotland Yard, he goes in search of its maker, Kita Mori, a kind, lonely Japanese immigrant. Meanwhile, Grace Caro is sneaking into an Oxford library, desperate to prove the existence of the luminiferous ether before her mother can force her to marry. As the lives of these three characters become entwined, events spiral out of control until Thaniel is torn between loyalties, futures, and opposing geniuses. Oh, look at the map! So pretty. Okay, maybe I will read it. Like I say, it is a full book, and it's also part of a series, so I just was a bit like, don't know whether I want to add another book onto the pile of books that I'm going to be reading, but we'll see. There isn't a full-length book. Is The Black God's Drums by P. Jelly Clark. I read Ring Shout last year. I think I read it in like one sitting, and just thought it was brilliant, and I wanted to read more P. Jelly Clark anyway, so that's probably what I'm going to go with, although I haven't got it, so technically it is something I have to buy to break my book buying ban, but it's an ebook. That's fine. Right, that doesn't count. That counts. I hope that counts. Debatable. And then the final one, although this could technically be applied to most of these, is Recommended to You, and I'm going to go with The Old Drift on that one. But actually, Who Fears Death could go for that. Oh, I forgot about this one. Oh, so I've also got A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline Longo. How weird is this cover? Oh my god. It's very short. It's about, I think it's less than 200 pages. Yeah, it's 197 pages. That is a time travel book, so that could be another option for time travel. Oh, there's 9! That can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Apparently there's only 7. I definitely thought there were more. Oh well. So those are all of them. I have been talking for 27 minutes. So I think I should stop. Yeah, let me know what you think. of these books. I will also probably do a wrap-up. I'm tempted to do vlogs, but I'm not really a vlog person. I like watching them, but the idea of making them, I'm not quite sure I'm there yet. I may like break it up into, these are the books that I read this week. So yeah, let me know if you have any preference. So I'm going to go and edit this video now and have some tea, I think. Hope you have a lovely day. Like if you liked it. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!